Hi everybody, welcome to Tech Growth Stocks channel. Today I present you a new video. Specifically, I will give you 4 best earnings growth stocks. This is part 2 of this series, and on my channel you can find part 1 as well if you missed it. So today I give you 4 best earnings growth stocks with excellent earnings growth, good momentum and good sales growth. So I think it definitely pays to have a look at these stocks. Also, please subscribe now to my channel. So going forward, you won't miss any market leading stocks from me. So please subscribe now. Okay, so before I start right off with the first stock, I have to make a short disclaimer. This video does not constitute financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only, so please consider that. Okay, so that was it for the intro. Let's start right off with the first stock. And as you can see, it is QDEL. QDEL. Here you can see the longer term chart of QDEL, and as you can see, since 2017, we have been in a long-term uptrend in QDEL, and let's say from around September 2018 until December 2019, we have been consolidating in QDEL and forming a base, but then we could break out in December 2019 from that base, trade to the upside and continue the strong uptrend. The short-term chart here, you see an uptrend, and you can see we have been consolidating now in QDEL quite volatilely since August 6 this year. And yeah, now here and overall this is a base here, a longer term base, and now we are near the lows of that base, and I think soon we could reverse from the lows and trade to the upside again in QDEL. QDEL's growth characteristics: the EPS growth is excellent with 3,291%. The sales growth is excellent as well with 181%. And the relative strength rating is good with 93. And it's in a hot sector in the medical diagnostics and devices space, which has been a leading sector for also quite some years now. So I think QDEL is definitely a best earnings growth stock. Okay, everybody, so that was it for QDEL. Let's have a look at the next best earnings growth stock, and it is JD.com. Here you can see the longer term chart of JD, and as you can see, it was an IPO in May 2014. And by the way, why do I always tell about the IPO date? Yeah, because the stocks in their first 10 years after their IPOs, the stocks have their super performance phases and their strongest runs. So it definitely pays if you look for young companies with excellent growth characteristics and which are forming new uptrends and have strong momentum. So that's why I'm always looking for the IPO date, because I want to have companies, young companies or companies in their first 10 years after their IPOs, because these could have very strong gains going forward. Okay, so JD had its IPO in around May 2014, and yeah, after its IPO, yeah, we had here more or less, we could not form a definitely long-term uptrend in JD. We had more or less a sideways phase, yeah. And this here, let's say here, we broke down in JD, but we could reverse from that low, from the low December 18 low, and here we could make a former, let's say like a handle or something, yeah, a handle after this decline, and we could break out of that handle, which is a favorable sign, and trade strongly to the upside and form a new and strong uptrend in JD. The short-term chart here, you see that nice uptrend, and can you see it? I mean, we bounce here of the 50-day moving average, we bounce here of the 50-day moving average, we bounce here of the 50-day, we bounced here of the 50-day. Now we are around the 50-day. I think a bounce is imminent, so I think soon we could bounce of it, the fear of these moving averages here, and trade to the upside. JD's growth characteristics. The EPS growth is very strong with nearly 1,800%. The sales growth is also very good with 32%, and the relative strength rating is good with 91. And JD is in a hot sector. In the internet retail sector, which has been also a strong performing sector recently. And by the way, I made a video about the best online retail stocks. So if you missed that, please have a look at my channel. There are excellent retail stocks and online stocks in it, and I think these could have very strong runs going forward. So check out this video. Okay, so that was it for JD. Now we come to the next best earnings growth stock, and it is AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. Here you can see the longer term chart of Advanced Micro Devices, and as you can see, since 2016 we have been in a long-term uptrend in Advanced Micro Devices, in a very strong uptrend. I mean, as you can see, 2016 we traded around $2, $2 to $3, and now we are trading at $91. I mean, this is quite a strong move, a 30 times move. Yeah. In the short-term chart here, you can see we had an uptrend here. We built a base. This is a base, yeah. We built a base here, and we could break out of that base in July this year. And now we are forming a new base here. We broke out, traded to the upside, and here now we are forming a new base. And yeah, do you see that line here? We broke above that line, which is very strong because this line is like a resistance line. It's around 88. We broke out here, and now it looks like we are building a high handle and a breakout of that high handle, and together with it, we would take out that high, and if we would break out of that high handle and take out that high and trade to the upside, this would be very strong. We would be in new high ground, and I think we could be off to the races in AMD. AMD's growth characteristics are very good. The EPS growth is excellent with 267%. The sales growth is also very strong with 41%. And the relative strength rating is good with 91. And AMD is in a hot sector, in the tech semiconductor sector. And I think this sector, this sector is a leading sector for quite some years now with very strong performances. And I think the semiconductors are definitely in strong need, and will be in strong need, and in strong demand going forward. So I think AMD is definitely a best earnings growth stock. Okay, everybody, so that was it for AMD. Now we come to the last best earnings growth stock for today, and it is ZM, Zoom Video Communications. Here you can see the longer term chart of Zoom Video, and as you can see, it's been a recent IPO. It had its IPO last year in April. After its IPO, it formed a nice IPO base here, and it could break out of that IPO base in March this year and form a nice and strong uptrend. The short-term chart, you see that nice strong uptrend, and you can see as well now since September 1 we are moving sideways or building a base here, and now we are at the lower end of that base near the lows. I think this bottom could hold, and I think soon we could trade to the upside and continue the uptrend in Zoom Video. Zoom videos growth characteristics. The EPS growth is excellent with 5,050%. The sales growth is also very good with 361%. And the relative strength rating is excellent as well with 98. And Zoom video is in a hot sector in the communication services sector, which has been also a strong sector. And I think the need for video communication is more than ever with that corona pandemic, and I think it will continue to be there going forward, because the workplace is changing and the need for communication will be there as well. Yeah, so I think this is definitely a best earnings growth stock and stock to focus on. Okay, everybody, so these were the best earnings growth stocks for today. I hope there are some interesting stocks in that video for you, which you can use for your research. And if you like that video, please give it a thumbs up. This would help me very much. And also please subscribe now to my channel so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me. So please subscribe now. Below in the description is a link for subscribing. And I hope to see you again in the future. And I wish you good luck in trading and take care in this corona pandemic. Okay, see you again soon. Cheers.